Hello and welcome back to the channel where I share content to help you achieve financial freedom as an educator. Today I want to talk to you about the United States' northern neighbor, Canada. When thinking about Canada, most think of Victoria, Quebec, and the more metropolitan areas filled with Canadians and French Canadians. Poutine, maple syrup, ice hockey, and politeness are all things that jump to mind, but there's a lot more to discover on the northern edge of the country. But tucked away in the most extensive northernmost territory of Canada lies the region of Nunavut. Indigenous peoples call this wild region or landscape home. The subarctic region isn't for everyone, but those who feel the call of the wild can find fulfilling and unique opportunities in the field of education. More than 40 schools support more than 10,000 students, all eager to learn the English language, science, math, and more. So, why should you consider teaching in such a remote location? Considering I'm talking to you about financial independence, we should start by looking at the fiscal opportunities. Within Canada, teaching in these remote territories provides significantly higher salaries than in non-Indigenous areas. Teaching positions in Nunavut have a wide range of salaries, but generally start between $80,000 and $120,000 Canadian dollars. Average salaries across multiple education positions are $98,000 Canadian dollars, with top salaries paying more than $165,000 Canadian dollars. Across the rest of Canada, average teaching salaries are less than $75,000 Canadian dollars, making for a large discrepancy between the regions. One thing to keep in mind when considering salaries is the time of each contract. The salaries listed are annual, but many positions are prorated as they may last as little as 3 months. You'll also want to consider living expenses that are required in northern regions, but not necessary at lower altitudes, such as cars or snow vehicles. That is, unless you don't mind walking to the store in harsh winter weather. Aside from the base pay, Nunavut offers additional benefits. Most employers will provide supplemental allowances or subsidies for living expenses. A Northern Living Allowance supplements base pay for each day, work to help close the gap between base pay and higher costs of living associated with the Northern Territories. Additionally, some positions may provide access to subsidized staff, housing, and relocation assistance. Some employers may even offer resources such as ongoing education or tuition reimbursement. Positions are constantly in demand, and turnover is high in these areas. You may find posts for the following: elementary school, middle school, high school, learning coach, student support teacher, vice principal, and principal. Even though the turnover is high, locations with in-demand jobs tend to be far more recession-proof, a must-have for most job seekers today. Turnover is high for several reasons and may not be a red flag depending on what you're looking for. The work in these areas is highly seasonal and is attractive for those looking for short-term commitments, with many planning to teach for only 1 year. While it can be exciting to do something for a short while and move on, it creates some unique challenges in the communities where these educators are needed. Lack of consistency is real for students who see a revolving door of teachers, making it more challenging for them to receive a quality education. So while there are definite benefits for your resume, Wanderlust and Wallet, consider committing yourself to at least 2 years of teaching contracts to maximize your experience and your students. Immersing yourself in the lives and culture of the community you join makes for an experience you'll be hard-pressed to find anywhere else, locally or abroad. Students are generally eager to learn, and you'll gain an appreciation for the resiliency of the Inuit people. They have to be to thrive in such an unforgiving environment. To qualify for opportunities, you'll need to have a Bachelor's of Education degree and a TEFL certification at minimum. TEFL stands for Teaching English as a Foreign Language and is an accreditation you can acquire after a 120-hour online course. Premier TEFL is a company that is accredited, trusted, and respected place to earn your TEFL certification. They provide a personal job coach, job board membership, and a guaranteed pass rate pledge. Be sure to check the description below on courses you can take to earn your TEFL certification today. Because most of these teaching positions are appointed through the government of Nunavut, criminal record checks and vulnerable sector checks will also be required before being appointed to a position. Specific positions may have additional requirements for education, experience, or certifications, so make sure to read each job posting carefully. You'll also need a cover letter, which is a wonderful opportunity to match your skills and passions with specific job requirements, setting you apart from the crowd. You can also add if you have a spouse that is also applying, as getting two teachers that can use shared housing is a unique perk for potential employers. After your application, reviewing candidates and scheduling interviews will take a couple of weeks after the posting closes. You'll likely appear before a hiring committee, so be prepared for a variety of questions and personalities. It's always a plus to bring your own questions as well. It shows interest and engagement. Consider your questions about available resources, schedules, extracurricular activities for students, or even questions about the student body itself. You can start searching for your next dream job on educationcanada.com. Nunavut certainly isn't for everyone. The warmest month sees highs of 11 degrees Celsius, and the winter months regularly see averages of negative 32 degrees Celsius. Due to its location below the Arctic, you can expect up to 24 hours of daylight and 24 hours of darkness in June and December, respectively. July and December, respectively. This will almost certainly mess with your natural sleep cycle, so prepare yourself for a potentially rough transition period. But there is beauty to be found in Nunavut as well. You're likely to catch the northern lights as long as you're there when it's dark more often than light, and blackout curtains or window blinds will help keep a regular sleep cycle when it looks like midday outside. But you'll also get to partake in the Festival of the Return of the Sun, a nearly week-long extravaganza filled with dog sledding, igloo building, fashion, talent shows, and more. Getting close to the locals will afford you glimpses of their significant industries, which includes arts and crafts, fishing, hunting, and trapping. Nunavut is a world renowned for its carvings and tourism, and is a growing industry for the locals. It also offers a rare opportunity for you to see polar bears in the wild. A trip to the Whale Cove is a great viewing spot as it lies on the annual migration path of these majestic giants. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please be sure to leave me a like and consider subscribing to my channel for more education and information on financial freedom content. Until next time.